This podcast is brought to you by Pragmatic Solutions, the leading iGaming PAM platform with a modular approach, including many benefits like a fast, secure, and scalable API-based platform, integrated with all major third-party products and services. Make sure you head over to Pragmatic Solutions and join our smart thinking.
Welcome back to the iGaming X podcast today with Vitali Matsukevich. How are you doing today,
Good.
Fantastic. Ivan Borschyov, the head of business account managers. How are you doing today, Ivan?
Yeah, fine. So could be better because I just really want to sleep.
Yeah.
Had the last 2 days very busy, but yeah, cool.
That's the story of our lives when we go to these conferences. There's a lot of meetings, a lot of networking drinks, I suppose, and a bit late
probably
evenings,
yes.
perhaps,
so,
without going more into detail.
Yeah, so we had like some drinks with our clients 2 days ago, yeah, but not yesterday. So because really we had a lot of different like meetings, I don't know, just talking with different people at the exhibition. So, but not drinking it much. Because
keep it fresh, Ivan. I like it.
Yeah.
We keep it to the end of the exhibition. That's when it's time to.
Yeah, today probably. So
yes.
I know that there is like some kind of party. Yeah, in the evening. Yeah, from SBC same.
Yes.
Yeah, we're going to attend there.
Yes. I will for sure see you guys there later on as well. But before that, obviously, it's first of all it's great to have you guys here today. I'm getting to know the SOFTSWISS company and the organization better and better here. So I think it's the fourth podcast we do here together. But today we're going to talk about kind of the secrets of retention. And it's actually a topic that is very interesting to me because I used to be the VIP manager a very long time ago for Betsson Group. And at that time, 12 years ago, retention was very basic. Like it was very much down to like one-on-one kind of relationships, conversations. We didn't really have any way to measure retention at that time, or we didn't really have any tools. So I'm really interested to hear a little bit more what has happened in the last 12 years to improve player retention. But Ivan, as a starting point here today, you held a presentation yesterday at Casino Beats.
Yes, that's right.
On the topic of retention, can you summarize a bit what you talked about there and what was like the kind of key learnings?
So overall, if you're speaking about retention, it's very critical for any business. It's not only for online casinos or even for sports books or something like this, because it's more expensive to attract new customers than to retain existing ones, right? And like in addition, I would like to say that according to some studies, it can be like the cost of acquisition can be up to 5 times higher. Like repeat players tend to spend more money and are likely to become loyal to the brand, high value customers. Retention and retaining of the players like a process can build a positive reputation basically, right, to the casino, and word of mouth marketing, which attract new customers like through referrals, something like this. There are like some tools that I told about. The first one is tournaments, and the other one the jackpots in terms of jackpot aggregator as our innovative tool that we developed recently and now starting to promote, very efficient. So overall, it was something like this.
Yeah, amazing. And Vitali, to you, I mean, what do you feel why do you feel retention is so important? Obviously, Vitali talked about this 5 times more expensive to retain a new player than to retain. But can you go more into detail from your perspective why you think retention is important?
Yeah, because basically, as Ivan mentioned, right now it's about the money. Because acquire new customers, it's quite expensive at the moment. Yeah. And when we speak about retention, it's not only about saving the costs. Yep. But it's also about increasing main KPIs of your casino, because obviously by retaining the customer, you're increasing RPU,
yep.
You're increasing average bet, you're increasing a lot of the things in your casino. And as Ivan mentioned, if you're doing it right, you're not only, let's say, being more successful in terms of the money, but also you are being more powerful in terms of the word across the players. Because if you retain customers good, people are happy to share their experience on the different forums, on different, podcasts, chats, etc. So basically it's like a big system which works together. You need to build this system because retention is the complex of different measures you do to prevent customer to leave your casino. So I believe it's quite critical at the moment. As Ivan said, once again, we see the market change it at the moment, and there are more focuses on the retention and not about acquiring customers. Of course, acquisition is still important, but it's like things change, and it's more important to retain the customer, not only to bring him in casino, but to retain him, to keep him loyal, to keep him happy.
Like, question for you. So, do you know how much is the cost of acquisition for now? If you're speaking about like CPA as a like type of attraction players, it's about 300 or 350 €100 per one player. So, and it's a huge, it's a big amount really for now, because the time changed, and Vitali said that. If we like, it was less in 2 years, 1 year ago, but now, so no one want to work with rev share, with a hybrid types of deals, and now everyone working with CPA. And if you attract the player to your casino, you should work with him, because if we speaking about like average deposit per one player, it's about €20, from 20 to 60 euro. You just imagine how you can cover your losses or costs.
350.
Yes, like you paid 300 and only so that you have in average 60. It's not fair, of course, but at the same time, retention have to be so like works for every casinos, and casino should work with VIPs, because so just a question for you: the VIP player, what is the player VIP players for you, for example? How much like
back in the days
money
when you worked?
Back in the days.
How much money the player should like have to deposit into casino to become a VIP player?
Back in the day, on the poker side of things, where I specialized, it was $1,000 rake per month.
$1,000 per month.
It's rake. It's
In
not
rake.
about deposits.
Yeah.
It's
Okay.
So it was in revenue, let's say. $1,000 revenue.
A lot of our operators, for example, as far as I heard, they make the player become a VIP after the $10,000 per month or $2,000 per week.
Right.
It's too much. It's my opinion, but it's too much. I think if this player covered losses and, for example, depositing $500 per week, this is the players that you have to work with.
Right.
So, and
But to add here, nowadays most of our operators using our platforms, they basically set up filters and groups the way like you can predict the customer to be VIP. So you happen to know them quite early. And yes, it's not a VIP at the moment, but you already understand and you realize that there is very high chance that this user will be VIP in the future.
Yeah.
So you already put him in the special, let's say, group, and you treat them quite different. It's also part of retention because it's quite important. Retention basically is working with different groups of your customers and providing them different services, different bonuses, etc.
Yeah, insane.
yeah.
And so, we're going to talk about kind of the tools that you have launched here through SOFTSWISS in a little bit. But also another aspect of retention is to try to create loyalty for the player to feel loyal to the brand itself or to the casino. But iGaming customers are not particularly known for being loyal to any brand. They move around or not. Is it possible to create loyalty to the player? And how do you do that?
Answer is definitely yes. And I do not agree that iGaming customers are not loyal. They are loyal. But obviously when you have, like, let's say, thousands of available places where you can play, when you can gamble, it's quite hard to retain customers at the same place.
Right.
But at the same time, if you're doing the right job, and it's not only about retention, it's about, as you mentioned, it's loyalty. So how you treat customers, it's loyalty. If you process their withdrawals quickly without limits, etc., does it increase loyalty? Obviously, yes. If you treat your customers like honestly, like you usually provide them different bonuses, different tournaments, different jackpots, etc., and it's also entertains them and it's increasing loyalty. Yes, of course, given the fact that the competition is tough and huge, they're still playing in different places. But in the end of the day, when you have, let's say, few brands or one brand which is stable, which is loyal to you, because loyalty is like you need to go to your customer, right? It's moving forward from both sides.
Yep.
So when you work with your customer, customers feel it, customer becoming more and more loyal, and in the end, yes, there are loyal customers, because even in our data, we have customers who play with us like for 5 years, for 7 years, and it's loyal customers who play mostly in these places. And so yes, answer is it's possible, but it's hard work, of course.
But is it like, when it comes down to it, for the vast majority of players, isn't it just down to who can offer the best bonus? Or are there ways to...
It's not only about bonuses.
To compete with bonuses.
Because you can get a higher bonuses at some places, but for example, your withdrawal will be held for 72 hours, for example, which is not good, right? No one wants to wait his winning so long. So it's about quality of the casino itself, about quality of your experience, I would put it this way. And it's a lot of different extra from casino, which bring customer to play once again here and not somewhere else. But if you speak about majority, yes, it's hard to keep the customer, because nowadays it's, as I mentioned, a lot of the places you can play, and yes, of course, everyone compete by offering bigger bonuses. But bonuses also cost casino money, right? And you can't just over bonus everyone every day. So on top of that, you still need to have very good product, very good retention tools, and very good politics working with the customers.
Yeah. So and I can't help but notice that educational programs works very well for players, because if you teach them something, they will be grateful for you so a long time. We have some operators without names, but they are providing some educational materials based like on a crypto, different terms, and so on. So it works, and in this case, so players who participate in different tournaments, in jackpots, are very grateful. And I know that in the market, one casino providing some materials, like secret materials for players, how to win casino. So the title is something like this. And players with sure to think that they can win the casino and trying to do this. So it helps to just motivate players to play into this casino, and staying with this.
Yeah, it makes sense. It's almost like back in the day, in the 2000s. I'm Swedish, so I remember the rise of Spotify. And before Spotify, everyone pirated music. And so Spotify came along and they said, how can we get people to pay for music? And the principle they used is, we have to be better than free. And so to translate that analogy into retention in the iGaming industry, is kind of like, in order to retain a player, you have to offer a product and service that is better than a bonus, a sign-up bonus as another casino, essentially. Similar to that. So let me ask you something else here. So I mentioned in the beginning, my own experience as VIP manager was very much based on kind of creating organic relationships with the players, and kind of maintaining those relationships, and offer them kind of this very personalized one-to-one service. How important is that these days when you treat VIP customers, kind of this organic personal relationship? And just in general, how has kind of retention efforts changed over the last couple of years, would you say, Vitali?
I would say that it's still important to keep your players informed about what's going on. It's still about being personal to them, because obviously everyone wants to feel some personal touch. But on the big data, big volumes, of course, it's not possible to hire 100 different VIP managers. It will not be cost effective. So it's about, as I said, it's about dividing players onto different groups, understand what each group likes, and provide to each group specific services, specific tools, specific bonuses. And this way you still are personal to them, right? If, for example, Ivan likes to get no deposit bonuses and you like to, I don't know, play jackpot games, obviously I will provide you jackpot games, and to Ivan I will provide no deposit bonus. So it's about doing the work on doing data work, working a lot with the data. Nowadays it's about data. Nowadays it's about data, because you have a lot of the data. You know the games people play, you know how often they play, you know, I don't know, as their average bet, etc., etc. So you're just working with the data. You divide the customers correct way, and you provide everyone what they want to get in the casino.
Right. But isn't say like now the rise of AI and GPT-4 that has these like incredible linguistic capabilities and skills, like isn't that an amazing opportunity to actually form these kind of more personal relationships or messaging with the players? Is that something you guys are thinking about in SOFTSWISS today?
Of course, we are not blind, and we see a lot of the improvements in the general technologies linked to ChatGPT, etc. But at the same time, I would say like at the moment it's still very beginning of the story, because obviously it's good to use it and it provides terrifically good text, etc. But at the same time, when you work with the data, it means that the data is personal, right, about the players, and you can provide to ChatGPT your personal data, your customers' data, right? Because it's privacy and it's GDPR basically.
Right.
So if we speak about NIs, of course we are also developing our, let's say, our own solutions on this. Also, we are closely watching ChatGPT. Obviously, a lot of our staff using ChatGPT, but we don't use it for the providing, let's say, any personal data, because it's not possible at the moment. And we just, as I just said, it's just at the beginning of the story. So we'll see how it goes, how it will perform. But I can say you that we use ChatGPT in our work quite often. Ivan I use, and it's quite useful.
So just in the daily basics. So for answering, I don't know, just to provide any information, or just if you want to, I don't know, explain something in using ChatGPT. But basically, so machine learning and AI system. So the main goal of this is just to make your life easier, right, at the lowest cost. And if we like think about it, we can. So in my mind, for example, I have two ideas that will be work definitely. So the first one is AI chatbots, so who can handle all the issues and the inquiries from the players that may arise, of course, during the playing the game. And the most important, immediately. So they can respond immediately to every player. And the second one is about prediction models that can predict every, I don't know, like steps from the player. So just to understand when he's playing, what is he tend to deposit most the big monies and so on, so on, so on. So, it will be, of course. Maybe you've seen Google presented a new technology like Google AI that called and made a haircut appointment, like with a range of like conditions from, of course, owner. It was cool. It was really cool, and at the same time, so I'm just scared about it a little bit because it's kind of new and. Maybe will be useless in 10 years, for example. Everything will do like the robots or AI systems will be sitting in VRs and meeting with our partners only in the trousers and VRs with different sensors on our body. Yeah, but this is the future that I think coming to us very, very soon.
Yeah, it's potentially very disruptive, right? And it's happening very quick as well. The launch of ChatGPT, we're only like 5 months into ChatGPT, and already GPT-4 and thousands of other AI applications have been launched. But I think, Vitali, what you mentioned is really interesting in kind of the privacy issues and concerns with ChatGPT and GDPR level. That obviously you're not allowed to just plug in that data through GPT-4 because it will go to a third party and so on.
It's like maybe you heard like Apple restricted their employees to use ChatGPT at work at all.
Yeah, because this data is picked up somewhere.
Yes. So it's like but it's still like its solution to it is to do your own AI your own instance of AI. As Ivan mentioned, Google already working on it. Everyone basically working on it. Microsoft, etc. Maybe you already see in Skype their Bing, it's also AI.
Yeah, exactly. So do you think that would be a solution down the line to create your own AI model, essentially?
We already have some AI models predicting for example, we can already tell you how much your traffic will bring to you in 30 days, traffic predictions.
Yeah.
So it's also an eye with some manual work, of course. So we are working on this in this area, of course, because it's very interesting and it's cost effective.
Yeah.
It's always faster and easier to use machine than the human, unfortunately.
Yeah, exactly. Because I suppose one of the major challenges that casinos have today is that most casinos offer the same content, similar front ends, similar payment methods, so on and so forth. And so
all the same.
Yeah, it's commoditized, right, to a large extent. So I suppose the operators are asking themselves how can they differentiate themselves and to kind of be more personal to customers with being able to leverage AI, for example, could be a way to cater to the individual customer.
Exactly.
Yeah, down the line. It's an assumption. I don't know if that is something you share or.
No, it sounds good because once again, as I said, it's about the.
I can work on consultancy, by the way. I can give you more idea. Yes.
Me too, by the way.
Hard.
So
Good.
So it's something we are looking at.
Yeah,
it's very interesting for us, and as you mentioned, everyone wants to have some personal touch, and obviously AI can help with that.
Yeah.
And much more faster than the human.
But the main problem, you don't know even what is a starting point of this, because so there are a lot of ways to develop your own AI, but at the same time we need to answer the question, what goal of all of this job.
Right.
So, and this is the main problem, I think. But of course, yes. So prediction models is one of the most, I think, interested way that we can go, and AI chatbots too.
Yeah, interesting. So SoftSWISS has recently launched the Jackpot aggregator and tournament feature, and I see you guys promoting these two features everywhere. It seems to be kind of the talk of town now within SoftSWISS. And these two products, as far as I understand it, are very closely kind of related to the retention efforts. Can you talk more about these two features and why are they important for retention? Starting with you, Vitali.
Yeah, so let me describe maybe Jackpot aggregator, and Ivan will describe tournament.
Okay.
So basically, as you mentioned, yes, we heavily promote it because we are still like a kids. We create something. It's our toys. We love our toys, and obviously we are happy to share with the world what we invented and what we did. And basically, yes, we realized 2 years ago maybe that it will be a fight for retaining the customer. And we decided that we develop some special tools. Tournaments is not something new, right? Jackpots not something new, basically. But it's quite unique solution. So let's say about Jackpot aggregator, it's our own solution, which make possible to add jackpot to any game you have. For instance, you do not require any work from the game provider side. You do not require basically any work from anyone except yourself. You can do very flexible jackpots. Maybe, I don't know, did you play it in the land-based casinos? They are quite often and popular, used in the land-based casinos. And we're trying to bring some sort of giving customers something extra with the jackpots, because everyone loves the feeling of getting something extra, right? At the moment, operators usually thinking about cutting the costs, taking something extra from the customer, making the payment system fees a little bit higher. But when we developed these tools, we were thinking about what we can do extra for the customer, what we can bring on the table more in order to retain them, in order to attract them, in order to make their experience in our casinos better. So at the moment with the Jackpot aggregator, we are covered with 70% of our brands on our platform. Everyone quite happy about this solution, everyone interested. And the end goal, what we will be doing, we will have one jackpot across our network. It will be a huge one. Most likely it will be bigger than any jackpot we have at the moment in online gaming. So it's the ultimate challenge for us and the ultimate goal. We will have huge jackpot and we will make someone very rich and very happy. And in the end, I believe our business is about entertainment. It's about to provide happiness, to provide emotions. So Jackpot aggregator is very right tool for exactly giving emotions to the customers. And also from the numbers we already see, we see that the retention rate is growing. And the main KPIs like RPU, like average deposit, average spins, etc., they are also growing with the Jackpot aggregator. And as I said, it's very, very flexible. This is what basically you already touched the base, all the casinos the same, right? But with Jackpot Aggregator, you just get a solution and you can use it as you want. You can create whatever jackpots you want. Maybe you want it to drop daily, hourly, etc. So it's also possible.
Right.
And I will pass to Ivan about tournaments.
Yeah, so in addition for jackpots, I think we can provide some statistics. So about Jackpot Aggregator, because we had it on our presentation yesterday. So yeah, so we can take it.
Let's do it.
Yeah, also, if we speak with you about like tournaments, tournaments can like, bring excitement and anticipation among players, of course, leading to increased revenue for online casinos. Also, so there are a lot of like things for the tournament that help you to earn more money and at the same time just engage and entertain, to keep engaged and entertain your players. And encourage them just to come back for more, because tournaments also can serve as a marketing tool, just generating buzz, for example, and leading to attract more customers to your casino. But from like players' perspective, like the excitement, the anticipation of the big winnings, so in tournaments, can lead also to increased like revenue for the casino. And of course, as players compete against each other for top spots on the leaderboards, right, it encourages them to come back for more, of course, and spend more money. So at all, yeah, like.
And I believe it's, sorry, Ivan, you can continue.
No. So by offering like regular tournaments with different prize pools, dams, I don't know, like prize pools, you can keep your players really engaged, entertained, make your player base loyal, and so on.
I just would like to add that the very critical part of these two tools we have, it's like players do not pay anything for getting the extra prize pools in jackpots, in tournaments, etc. We are adding something extra.
Yeah.
We bring the value, and I believe it's something which will make our products standing alone across the market, because not everyone adding something extra. Usually it's in the end customer paying for extra prizes, etc. And we decided not to go this road, and we are adding it ourselves with our partners.
So yeah, and the basic thing that I'm noticed in my job, that operators are basically forget about phrase "just do it," because tournaments and not to mention, of course, Jackpot Aggregator, also provided by game providers. So in a daily basis, for example, in like Pragmatic, the same. Drop and wins tournaments, right? Drop and wins tournaments. It helps a lot to the casino, and of course players looking for this opportunity, of course, in the casino. Jackpot Aggregator can make it flexible, of course, not depending on each game providers or other casinos at all. So just do it. So it's like a suggestion, I think. Yeah, just do not forget about it, and keep in touch with all these features that can be provided by any platforms, of course, by SoftSWISS platform.
Yeah, interesting. And Ivan, are there other tools for retentions that are available today, or other ways to approach retention that is relevant to operators today? Or can you perhaps even share something that you are working on in the background that hasn't been launched yet? I don't know if that's a possibility, but what are your thoughts in general here on these kind of like additional tools to be used for retention?
So, if speaking about additional tools, the main tool that you have to bring into your casino, it's a good VIP team. So, you'll be honest, really good VIP team that can handle with all the issues, with all the inquiries from the players, and of course that will like continue keeping like friendly relationship with your VIPs, because VIPs, this is the players and the type of players who can earn money for your casino. So we spoke about like the cost of acquisition, we spoke about average deposits, and it's very important to have a really good VIP team that can handle with all this type of players, of course. If you're speaking about like features, additional features tournament jackpots?
I would say basically it's not about as you Pierre mentioned, it's you was a VIP manager and you were working with the customers, and basically nothing changed a lot in this area. But it's about not what you do, because everyone doing pretty much the same. It's about how you do. It's about having the right people on board. It's about creating the right strategy, creating the right retention scheme, etc., etc. And yes, some tools we invent, like we already mentioned, tournaments, jackpot aggregator, and we are putting more resources not in about creating something really new, because you can't invent wheel once again, right? But we are continuously improving our efficiency, and also we are continuously working with the improvement in terms of the predictions and in terms of the machine learning too.
Right. And obviously, SOFTSWISS have been kind of leading the way on the crypto side of the industry as well from very early days. I had the pleasure of speaking to Ivan Borschyov, and I saw his interview with Vitali, the founder of Ethereum from
Ethereum.
2011.
Yeah, Ethereum. Yes,
right.
yes.
Like back in the day.
It was impressive.
Yeah. Quite funny that Vitali interviewed Ivan, but I want to also ask about the behavior of a crypto player versus a Fiat player. Are there any key differences in those two demographics in how to retain them? Or do you deal with a crypto customer differently than a Fiat customer? Perhaps the privacy part, or what do you think, Vitali?
So basically, I wouldn't say there are huge difference, because player is still a player, right? And it doesn't matter what you use as a currency, right? But essentially, with the crypto players, you need to be more specific, and more work, what Ivan mentioned in the beginning of the podcast, is to educate them. Because sometimes it's completely new to the casino and to a gaming business customers, and they have crypto, and they're interested in iGaming, but they don't get used to it, right? So you need to be more specific with how it works. You need to have specific pages. You need to have very good product which is simple. Because if your product very complicated for, let's say, experienced gamblers, the audience can just drop your product because they will not understand what to do with it.
Yeah.
So you need to keep it simple. You need to educate, but in general, it's not big difference.
Yeah. How to plug in MetaMask? Stuff
Yes,
like that. Yeah.
it's a good tool like MetaMask. So all crypto players, so basically all the crypto players are high educated, and they are expecting from the casino the same level of technical infrastructure. And if you're providing the basic tools for the Fiat players and to crypto players, I don't think they will stay with you for a long time. Of course, you need to implement MetaMask registration, and deposit through MetaMask. So that's completely easier just to find any proper solution to deposit, or even to change your crypto into Fiat. So in a game currency exchange that we have, of course, but if we speak in overall, it's hard to find in any cases. Also, not to mention that not every provider providing opportunity to play with crypto in their games, because a lot of providers, I don't know exactly why, because they have their own restrictions or policy, or they operating under the specific licensing, for example. It could be, of course, but they are not providing. And if you're are really in love with some game that you would like to play, you can't do that, because you have crypto and the game that doesn't support cryptocurrency. And we faced with this challenge too, but how we solve this problem through in-game currency exchange that help you to exchange your currency in a game, so basically, and then withdraw it again in the crypto. So but also crypto players are high risk tolerance, right? And they bring more money into casino, because when they trading, they feeling this like they feeling the same as they playing in the casino.
Yeah, exactly. But it's like there's been so many like through the crypto scene. It popped up like very simple ways of gambling. Like it seems that is the experience they want. Like the crash games, for example, is very much like born out of the crypto world, right? And
Exactly.
And even on some of the like native kind of crypto trading sites, you would even be able to bet if Bitcoin is going to go up or down, right? Rather than actually buy a Bitcoin, you could just bet on it, right?
Yes.
So it's very simplified experiences sometimes for the crypto players. It feels like.
Yes. So the same feelings.
Yeah.
So yeah, Canadian researchers proved it twice. So I think with a kind of service from crypto players, and it was good like research from her.
Yeah, interesting. Final question for today, guys. Ivan, I hear that you are quite the crypto investor and the investor going here left, right, and center.
Fine.
And so just asking for a friend here, when will Bitcoin reach $1 million?
Disclaimer: I'm not providing any financial advices on my own, and to be honest, so I believe Katie Wood, who is CEO of and founder of Ask Management.
Yeah, like very like the world's most famous investor, more or less.
That's right. So she predicted that the crypto reach 1 million in 2030. Yeah, and I believe this prediction. But of course, we have to understand that. So you need to understand who are you. So you're like investor or you're trader, because it's completely different things. As far as you know, so and in anticipation of default, so now crypto investors and wealth of crypto, of course, can withdraw all the money from bonds and bank systems and put it into more stable assets like gold, and even it can be Bitcoin that just help to shoot it up. So of course. So when? 2030. So
okay, that's all we need to know.
You should, yes.
Definitely investment advice here, by the way. Thank you.
Yeah, that's right.
Vitali, what do you think? Bitcoin 1 million or $1? What happens first?
I believe it's still gamble.
Yeah.
Like 1 million or $1, but I believe in the blockchain technology. It's very good. It's have bright future. But in terms will Bitcoin reach 1 million or not? Maybe it will be not Bitcoin, maybe it will be Ethereum, right? So I will not do any predictions, but obviously I'm support Ivan with his investments, and I hope it will be sooner than later.
Yeah, exactly.
Because if you're speaking about, it's a good topic, because Ethereum and Bitcoin, so a lot of argues on it, right? But Bitcoin, it's decentralized system. Ethereum, at any case, it's centralized system.
More centralized.
Yes. So Buterin, so you mentioned Vitali Buterin can bring more coins into the market. So, and of course, with technology that can burn all the coins now, so and it implemented for the Ethereum, it helps to keep the price, of course, and make this coin deflation, right?
Instead of inflationary, the coin is deflationary, essentially.
Yeah. But if I choose Bitcoin, Ethereum, so I believe more in Bitcoin, but at the same time I have more assets in Ethereum.
Maximalist. You have Bitcoin maximalist.
But Pierre, he have more assets in
Ethereum. Yes, that's the thing. So yeah, because capitalization of Ethereum less than at Bitcoin. Yeah. So
okay, we'll leave it at that. Brilliant, guys. Ivan, Vitali, it's fantastic to have you guys here. Let's jump over to the conference now and continue our work there.
Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, guys.
Thank you very much. Thank you.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Awesome.